No, you gotta let go.
I don't speak quite as loud here. Anyways, I want to welcome everyone that's here and thank you all for attending. For anyone that doesn't know, I was adopted by Mr. and Mrs. Morrow at 6 years old, and they became my forever home and gave me my forever name. What a true blessing for me. Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate that. This is where my life's lessons began. Just a few things that I remember about my dad was that soon after I was adopted, we were driving in the truck, and I recall asking him what I was supposed to call him. And he replied, either Dad, Mr. Morrow, or Captain Morrow. And for a troubled kid who spent years in foster care, that was quite a position to put me in. I think that was his way to not make me feel pressured to call him Dad right off. Over the next few years, he did become Dad, though. He began, one of the early memories, he placed a hard hat on my head, and we went off to feed the cattle in the yard. And the reason for the hard hat was we had this old mother cow called Grandma with great big horns. And I was just the right height. After a couple times taking a horn to the helmet, I realized that my head was protected, and it then became a game for me. I felt it was good and fun to go get clunked in the head. I know. It might not have been my brightest idea in life, but no worries, I did turn out okay. From there, I began to learn responsibilities. He taught me how to be a young cowboy. He taught me about cows and the importance of keeping a good horse. We worked hard together to provide for and protect the herd. We built fences by hand, put in the hay, and even did our yearly 4th of July branding. He loomed large with his cowboy hat, his boots, his leather chaps, gloves, long sleeve shirt, and his pocket knife while he was riding a horse. He always told me that there was no substitute for hard work. As a teen, things started to get a little interesting for me. I was left in charge of the farm at times when he had to leave and do stuff for the military. And I was left there to use and the things that I learned to maintain the ranch and to be the man of the house while he was gone. There wasn't room for being lazy or cutting corners. And me being me, I did have to challenge this. At 15, it was quite a lot of responsibility, but I still did it to the best of my ability at that time. Upon his return, he was happy with what I had done, and that those corners that I cut, or the evident lazy moments, well, he did remind me again that there's no substitute for hard work. When it came time that I left home, I thought I knew everything, and I could do no wrong. My dad continued to work the ranch without me for years, always wanting and wishing that I would return to the house and take over and follow in his steps. Carl, been around a long time?
Yep.
Thank you. From a distance, I would hear about his activities and the various situations that my hard-working cowboy father had endured. All the while, I was raising my own children and trying to teach them teach them the things that I learned. And for about the last 7 years, I returned home and helped try to put in firewood for my parents for the winter. My son Derek has come up each year. He's been blessed to be able to do that. Paul has been here, keeping me busy, keeping me motivated. Otherwise, one of those lazy moments probably would have come up again. Thank you both so much. And then fast forward these last 2 months, as my dad's health declined. I was able to be here and keep him home where he belonged. Those 2 months produced some of the best moments and some of my worst moments. Watching my dad's health decline was a rough daily reminder of what was ahead. But some of the best moments was getting to have some conversations with him about how we were beginning to get equipment fixed up and running. He would smile when he saw a video of the hay getting cut. He loved getting the daily updates. One day, while I was lifting him back into bed, he looked at me and he said, "I don't know how you do it," referring to the ease that I was able to lift him and place him in bed. I replied to him that raising me to be a strong man is what allowed that. He nodded with approval, and he then said, "He finally has me home, and he can't do a darn thing to help him." I told him it was his turn to relax and let me do the work. He would ask when I was going home, and I would look at him, and I only said that I'm not going home and that he was stuck with me. I asked him if he was okay with that, and he again nodded. He said, "I love you, Wayne." And with that moment, I could tell that he was proud and content with everything that I had learned. I said, "I love you too, Dad." So with that, today, I want to tell him, "Dad, I love you, and I'll continue to make you proud."
That was beautiful.
I've been going to practice something. Bear with me for this, please.